Yeah, well, I mean, the first thing the trainer said to me is don't look at them. Like when you're getting close, don't look at them in the eye.
It sounds like some actors
Don't look
in
at
Hollywood.
them. Yeah.
Like, don't look them in the eye.
Yeah, but these ones are, yeah.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. You know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is? Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. But I'm not scared of being the competition. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team. They have all the assets and resources and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Imagine strolling down Hollywood Boulevard, asking a passerby who the nicest guy in Tinseltown is. Without a doubt, you'll hear one name over and over, Keanu Reeves. Known for his iconic roles in blockbuster hits like The Matrix and John Wick, Reeves has earned a reputation as one of the most beloved figures in Hollywood. What's truly remarkable is that despite his long career in the limelight, he remains untouched by scandal. His integrity and humble nature have made him a symbol of decency in popular culture, and his fan base continues to grow. But behind this seemingly perfect image lies a fascinating story of defiance and resilience. Did you know that Reeves was once blacklisted in Hollywood for over a decade? Yes, you heard that right. This beloved star faced severe backlash simply because he refused to conform to the industry's unwritten rules. It's a tale that echoes the sentiments of comedian Katt Williams, who has often spoken about the hidden powers that control the entertainment world. According to Williams, if you don't toe the line, or if you speak out of turn, the higher-ups can erase you from the picture altogether. Many celebrities choose to go along with the system to maintain their fame and power, but not Keanu Reeves. Recently, amidst all the Hollywood lawsuits and allegations, Reeves has decided to break his silence. For the first time ever, he has taken a stand, indirectly revealing how Hollywood tried to eliminate Katt Williams for speaking the truth. So, what exactly did Reeves say? Buckle up, because this is one story you won't want to miss.
Because the people want to know, well, why would he get blackballed?
Yeah,
Because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets.
Keanu Reeves has always danced to the beat of his own drum. Unlike many in Hollywood, he's never been one to chase the spotlight for its own sake. For Reeves, it's always been about the craft, about the artistry behind the scenes. Even though he navigates the same industry as others, he's managed to sidestep the traps that ensnare so many. In a revealing chat with GQ in 2019, Reeves opened up about his time in movie jail. He disclosed that Fox Studios blacklisted him after he turned down a sequel, a blacklist that lasted a staggering 14 years. But let's rewind a bit. Picture the golden year of 1994, a year that blessed cinema with masterpieces like Pulp Fiction, The Shawshank Redemption, The Lion King, and Forrest Gump. Among these action-packed delights was Speed, a film that catapulted Reeves and Sandra Bullock to A-list status almost overnight, earning a jaw-dropping $350 million against a modest $38 million budget. However, every triumph has its shadows. Following the resounding success of Speed, the studio naturally clamored for a sequel. But when it came to Keanu, there was a hitch. Reeves wasn't sold on the idea of reprising his role. So, when Speed 2, Cruise Control, hit theaters, Reeves was conspicuously absent. Instead, Jason Patric took the wheel, but lacked that special Keanu charm that made the original Speed a hit. Despite pleas from the director and his co-star, Sandra Bullock, Reeves stood firm. He turned down a reported $5.5 million salary for the sequel, opting instead to return to theater in Canada to play Hamlet for a fraction of the pay. Fox Studios understandably wasn't pleased. Reeves claimed they spread rumors that he ditched the sequel to tour with his band, Dogstar, which he vehemently denied. But the truth was far simpler. Reeves was simply burnt out. Fresh from filming Chain Reaction, an experience he described as unfulfilling, he wasn't ready to dive back into the action genre so soon. Moreover, a motorcycle accident resulting in a broken ankle further dissuaded him from leaping into the aquatic stunts demanded by Cruise Control. However, Hollywood, in its relentless pursuit of profit, turned its back on Reeves, prioritizing box office returns over his well-being. And it turns out that Reeves' decision to forego the sequel may have been a stroke of luck in disguise. Speed 2, which thundered into theaters in 1997, proved to be a colossal flop, failing to match the success of its predecessor. With a dismal box office haul of $64.5 million against a budget ranging from $110 million to $160 million and an abysmal Rotten Tomatoes score of just 4%, 4%. It stands as a testament to Hollywood's penchant for misguided sequels. In the end, it was not Reeves who suffered the consequences of his refusal, but rather the industry itself. Yet beyond the realm of professional setbacks, Reeves has weathered his fair share of personal storms on his journey to stardom. Amidst the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, he grappled with profound tragedies that struck close to home. In the late 90s, as the millennium approached, Reeves faced heart-wrenching challenges. His sister Kim waged a valiant battle against leukemia, a battle fought alongside Reeves' own struggles in the tumultuous sea of fame. Adding to his personal turmoil, Reeves found solace and love in a relationship with Jennifer Syme. Their bond deepened in 1998 when they eagerly anticipated the arrival of their first child together. However, fate dealt them a cruel blow when tragedy struck. In 1999, their daughter Ava was stillborn, plunging them into a profound abyss of grief and sorrow. The devastating loss of their child proved to be an insurmountable hurdle for their relationship. Despite their efforts to navigate through the darkness together, the strain proves too much to bear, and they parted ways shortly thereafter. Though they may have attempted to reconcile in the aftermath of their shared tragedy, the wounds ran too deep, and their love story ultimately dissolved into the annals of history. However, in 2001, Jennifer Syme tragically died in a car accident after leaving a party at Marilyn Manson's house. Even though she and Keanu Reeves were no longer together, her death hit him hard. This was another painful blow for Reeves, who had already lost his close friend River Phoenix, a rising star known for his role in Stand By Me. In 1993, at just 23 years old, Phoenix died from a drug overdose at the Viper Room in Hollywood, with his brother Joaquin by his side. Reeves had co-starred with Phoenix in the 1991 film My Own Private Idaho. They were initially unsure about the script, but decided to take on the project together. Reeves reminisced about their days together, recalling a conversation on Crescent Heights south of Sunset Boulevard. The loss of Phoenix deeply affected Reeves, who admitted he misses him dearly. It's a subject Reeves rarely discusses, and his friends know not to bring it up. Now, the reason we've shared Keanu Reeves' life story is to show that despite facing numerous personal tragedies, Reeves remains one of the most down-to-earth and kind-hearted celebrities. He continues to stay optimistic and spread positivity. During a 2019 appearance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, Reeves moved many to tears when asked what he thought happens after we die. He thoughtfully replied,
"I know that the ones who love us will miss us."
Remember when Reeves turned down a multi-million-dollar project at Marvel, but didn't hesitate to participate in a SpongeBob movie? This decision cemented his legendary status, showing that Reeves doesn't just chase fame, success, and money. Instead, he maintains his integrity and chooses projects that resonate with him personally. So how does this connect to Katt Williams? If you've been following the entertainment industry, you'll know that Katt Williams is currently challenging the industry itself. This shouldn't come as a surprise, since it's in Williams' nature to expose Hollywood's shadiest aspects, and he's determined to continue doing so. Williams has always been outspoken about the darker sides of Hollywood, much like how Reeves' actions, though less direct, reflect a resistance to the industry's pressures and corruption. Both men, in their unique ways, demonstrate a commitment to authenticity and integrity, setting them apart in an industry often criticized for its superficial values. While Reeves does so with quiet strength and thoughtful choices, Williams does it with bold proclamations and fearless revelations. But it doesn't stop there, because despite Reeves' quiet attempts to keep his life private, his personality often shines brightly. One of the coolest things about Keanu is his willingness to put others before himself. Take his on-set generosity, for example. Instead of being a diva, he's a total legend. Back in 1999, he made a ton of cash for starring in The Matrix, but decided to give a big chunk of it, reportedly around $75 million, to the special effects crew and other behind-the-scenes folks. He felt they deserved it more than he did. And when he was at the peak of his heartthrob status, Keanu willingly took a $2 million pay cut for The Devil's Advocate, just so the studio could afford to bring in heavyweights like Al Pacino. Plus, he slashed his paycheck by a whopping 90% for The Replacements, just so they could snag Gene Hackman. But it's not just about money with Keanu. Fans are constantly amazed by his respect for his female co-stars and fans alike. As more and more male stars as bad behavior has been revealed over the years, Keanu has emerged as the gold standard, although he has cultivated great relationships with his female co-stars on set. His sterling behavior on the red carpet has also garnered him praise. It's not uncommon for male stars to wrap their arms around their female co-stars while posing for the cameras, and many women in Hollywood wouldn't mind the display from their friends and colleagues. But Reeves appears to put his co-stars' comfort front and center. In 2019, social media was awash in praise for him after fans noticed he had a habit of letting his hand hover behind the women he poses with rather than touching them. The move was seen as a courtesy to his leading ladies and a sign that he didn't want to invade their personal space. Also, the Matrix star donates lavishly to charities, often anonymously. Reeves was reportedly inspired by his younger sister Kim Reeves' past battle with leukemia and has since taken to donating significant amounts to children's hospitals and cancer research. Unlike many stars who attach their famous names to their charitable work, he has apparently given away much of his money secretly. Despite Hollywood's attempts to derail Keanu Reeves' career, they totally failed. His awesome behavior has only made people love him more. But Keanu is not the only one who has faced the wrath of the industry bigwigs. Let's take a look at some other famous cases of blacklisting in Tinseltown. First up, Tippi Hedren, known for Alfred Hitchcock's classics like The Birds and Marnie. She experienced severe behind-the-scenes mistreatment. She has spoken out about how Hitchcock SA'd her during filming. When she turned him down, he made her life a living hell, ordering the cast not to talk to her and setting up his dressing room next to hers with a sneaky adjoining door on Marnie. By the end of The Birds, he told her he'd ruin her career. He even blocked Universal, the studio she was under contract with, from submitting her performance in Marnie for an Oscar and prevented her from working for 2 years. Studios were the power, Hedren said in 2012, and I was at the end of that, and there was absolutely nothing I could do legally whatsoever. Brendan Fraser, another victim of Hollywood's darker side, was a big deal in the late 90s and early 2000s, especially thanks to his role in The Mummy franchise. But his career hit a major speed bump, and he says the former president of Hollywood Foreign Press Association, Philip Burke, is partly to blame. Fraser claims that he was SA'd by Burke at the Beverly Hills Hotel in 2003. After that, he noticed fewer invites to the Golden Globes and fewer opportunities in Hollywood. The phone does stop ringing in your career, and you start asking yourself why, he said. There are many reasons, but was this one of them? I think it was. Rose McGowan is another actress who has faced severe repercussions for speaking out. She is one of the several women who accused Harvey Weinstein of sabotaging their careers after SX mistreating and harassing them. McGowan claims that she was RP'd by Weinstein around the time of the release of Scream. After settling out of court, he allegedly tried to tank her movies. They blacklisted me, she said. I was blacklisted after I was SA'd because I said something, but only like internally, you know. Ashley Judd and Mira Sorvino also had their careers stalled by Weinstein after rebuffing his intimate advances. Director Peter Jackson admitted he was told by Miramax to avoid hiring them for The Lord of the Rings because they were a nightmare to work with. In hindsight, Jackson realized this was likely a smear campaign by Miramax. Randy Quaid, known for films like Independence Day and the National Lampoon Vacation series, faced trouble while shooting Lone Star Love in 2007. After an altercation with a crew member and some disruptive behavior from his wife, he was banned from the Theatrical Union Equity, canned from the movie, and fined $81,000. Quaid then claimed he was being targeted by a group called the Star Whackers, who he alleges are responsible for the deaths of Heath Ledger, David Carradine, and Chris Penn. Corey Feldman, a big star in the 80s with roles in The Goonies and The Lost Boys, says he was blacklisted for speaking out about Hollywood's pedophilia ring. He has struggled to get financial backing for a documentary on the subject because of who might be implicated. Despite a tough road, Feldman continues to advocate for child mistreated victims in the entertainment industry, with the hashtag #MeToo movement giving his claims more attention. Another blacklisted individual that Katt Williams has openly supported is none other than Monique. For those unfamiliar, Monique was once a highly successful actress, particularly known for her role in the film Precious. Her clash with director Lee Daniels, Oprah Winfrey, and Tyler Perry stemmed from their request for her to promote the film worldwide without compensation. Monique refused, asserting the need for fair pay. Consequently, she faced industry blackballing despite winning an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. Her experience underscores the uphill battle for equitable treatment in Hollywood's power dynamics. Williams has publicly stood with her, amplifying her voice in the ongoing conversation about accountability and reform within the entertainment industry. Their alliance reflects a broader push for fairness and integrity, challenging the status quo and advocating for change in an industry often criticized for its exploitation and unequal treatment of talent.
If they don't take you for the role, there's not 3 black actresses that they can say are bigger than you that we're gonna give this to. Imagine you being at that point and have to humble yourself and say, they're not paying me, y'all.
Now, just like Katt Williams said, these actors and actresses got blacklisted because they didn't follow the usual tropes of obeying Hollywood's unwritten rules. If you don't follow these rules, you either get branded as a crazy madman or you get blacklisted like everyone else. On the Club Shay Shay podcast, Williams shared that he had gathered secrets about many celebrities, including Kevin Hart and Ludacris. He accused them of manipulating their careers and hinted at their connections to the Illuminati. Williams expressed a fearless attitude towards any potential backlash and accused some Hollywood figures of selling their souls and pretending it never happened. He argued that the real dividing line isn't race, but rather being on God's side versus the other side. According to him, all these well-known deviants would face consequences in 2024, marking the end for all of them. For 30 years, Williams has been collecting information, knowledge, and secrets. He valued this information so much that he was willing to pay for it. He believed that many people know he possesses this knowledge. Despite being painted as a villain, Williams sees himself as a responsible individual who raises black children, avoids hard substances, and has no stories of mistreating others. He dismissed claims that the industry doesn't work with him because he missed studio appointments, insisting no studios have ever made such statements. Highlighting Kevin Hart's rapid success, Williams noted that Hart had his deals in place when he arrived in LA.
No one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is?
Williams also discussed the concept of being a plant in Hollywood, suggesting that people might not understand the true meaning of the term. He stated that Satan cannot create anything, including blessings for his followers, implying that those who sold their souls in Hollywood must pretend it never happened. Kevin Hart responded on social media urging Williams to let go of his anger and describing the situation as sad. Ludacris also addressed the claims, claiming that he had never been a part of the Illuminati and detailing his journey from partying to becoming a married man with children. He emphasized his integrity and success, referencing his work on the Fast and Furious franchise and his distinctive afro with sideburns. Ludacris highlighted the rising addiction issues among comedians and urged them to check their mental health. Katt Williams also targeted Diddy and other prominent figures, labeling them as deviants and predicting that this year would mark the end for them. Following Diddy facing numerous lawsuits, many are starting to believe in Williams' claims. However, there's a concern that Williams himself may be in danger due to his outspokenness, with speculation that other influential figures are closely monitoring him to prevent further revelations of potentially more sinister secrets. In contrast, Keanu Reeves seemed to sympathize with Williams, feeling that he may have been misunderstood or unfairly treated. While Reeves may not openly express disdain for industry bigwigs, he appears to be indirectly supporting Williams in some capacity. One fan even said, "He doesn't say what he gives away because he doesn't do it to get noticed. He does it to help, expecting nothing in return, which is the only reason you should help." What are your thoughts on this matter? Feel free to comment below. While we await further updates, remember to like, subscribe, and watch our other videos for more intriguing drama you might be interested in hearing about.